Good morning, guys. How you guys doing today? Well, it's another week here, and it's been one of those weeks. You know, we're at the first week of February here, and of course, a couple days ago, we ended up getting about 5-6 inches of snow. You can kind of see the snow outside blanketing the high tunnel. It's not gonna hurt anything. All that's gonna do is keep everything insulated. But just a quick tour video this week. You notice we're empty here. I do have in the opening shot, you guys did see that I do have my lettuces and my kales out here in the high tunnel in the trays. And what I was doing is I was hardening these things off. Lettuce and kale, sounds like the grader's going down my roads, plowing the snow. But here, let me get this. You guys can see that. You guys did see the blue curly and the lacinato, and then all the salanova. And there's probably, I don't know, 700-800 heads of salanova and Tropicana and Cherokee in there. So what I did was I put these out last week before the snow even came. When I go to harden off my stuff, especially cool crops, I just throw them to the wolves. I don't harden them off in per se like most people would on a tomato or a pepper plant. I take them straight from outside on a nice, if I notice it's going to be cloudy for a couple days, I'll take them straight out and put them in here. But you did notice that I did put a mini greenhouse on here. I took some greenhouse plastic that I had left over. And sorry guys about the noise, if you can hear that grader, I'm sorry about that. I took some greenhouse plastic and I made a baby greenhouse inside of the greenhouse. And then I put some floating row cover on top of that at night. And I usually come out here about an hour or 2 hours before the sun sets, and then I get this closed up to entrap that heat in there. And as you can see, you know, it's 9 degrees outside, and you can see the condensation on the inside of this plastic. And so it does warm up pretty well in here. Like I said, it's 9 degrees outside. We'll just take a quick walk down here. We don't have nothing else to do today, do we? Take a quick walk today, and we will see what the thermometer says here. 53 degrees. So thermometer says it's 53 degrees in here. So that tells you right there, 9 degrees outside. You got a good sunny day, 53 inside. So it's perfect for that lettuce. And I wanted to show you something else. Look at can you guys see that? Spinach came up finally. Yeah, I've got 6 rows of spinach here, which is pretty awesome because I thought I put this spinach in here and watered it in really good and then threw a tarp on it, and it didn't germinate at all. And I was kind of disappointed because I put carrots in here too. You guys saw a couple videos ago we used the Jang. We put the carrots in. None of the carrots came up. So I think what happened was it's me getting a little antsy trying to get stuff in the ground, trying to beat the cold and use some of this heat. I think the two things are going to happen here is, one, the carrot seeds have died because they didn't get germinated. And with this cold temperature and stuff, they just didn't live. 2, here in about a month, 2 months, I'm going to try to put something else in here, and I'm literally going to have like 6,000 carrots pop up. Those are the 2 options I've got. And I don't know which one's going to be what yet. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this bed kind of open for the next month. Go ahead and get all the lettuces and stuff in, but I'm going to leave this bed kind of open for the next month and see if anything pops up. If nothing pops up, I'm going to go ahead and rake it, amend it, and then I'm going to go ahead and get it ready to put warm season crops in here. Warm season crops in here. I've got about 300 or 400 tomato plants I've got to get started in the next week. And so I'm pretty sure cucumbers are going to go in here and something else is going to go in this center lane. So we'll worry about that at that time. But I thought it was pretty cool that the spinach has kind of come up. It's pretty neat. Spinach is a pretty cold hardy crop anyway. So, but yeah, here in the wintertime, unfortunately, you know, we do get these little gists of snow, and then 40 or 50 degrees it seems like, and then we'll get, you know, snow. We'll get single digits throughout the night, and then -10 or -15 degrees at night for 4 or 5 days in a row, and usually anything else will die. But like I said, the lettuces and everything seem to work okay. The other tunnel up top here, we can take a walk up here and look if you guys want, but there's really nothing up here right now. You guys did know from watching our last video, or last other video, maybe it was the last video, I don't know, everything gets sidetracked now. Ooh, it's a little bright out here with the sun. But we did get it mowed, did get it incorporated in the ground with the tiller, and then we put the silage tarp on top of it. But I get some people, some of my friends on Facebook and stuff will message me and ask me, well, how'd your tunnel hold up in the snow? Or how did your tunnel hold up in that 30, 40 mile an hour wind the other day? We have no issues with these tunnels. Like I said, this is the all metal 20 by 100 kit from Bootstrap Farmer that you guys saw me put together this year. Love this tunnel, phenomenal tunnel. Well worth the money to purchase something like this. And the one we were just in was my, can you see it? Yeah, is my 20 by 65 DIY Bootstrap Farmer kit that I put up 2 years ago. Love this, love these things. Couldn't say anything better about them. Now, let's see, whoo, it's warm in here. We'll get this door closed. Let's see what the thermometer says in here. 52 degrees. So they hold about the same. As you can see, everything is sleeping. We'll walk down here and look. I haven't pulled this tarp back since we did this a couple weeks ago. When you put these cold weather cover crops in, especially if you have any type of mustard, and mustard is really good at helping you with nematodes, stuff like that. The only way for that I not want to say a gas, but what the mustard has to offer, the value of the mustard, helps control weeds, helps control some pests, like root type nematodes and stuff like that. You have to incorporate it and chop it into the soil. You can't just, my understanding is you can't just crimp it, throw a tarp on it, or literally just throw a tarp on it and let it dissolve in, because it doesn't get, you've got to get those into the ground right away. So what a lot of people will do is, like I did, I'll take that mower, and we'll scalp it to the ground, get all that biomass laid on the ground, then throw a tarp on it or rototill it in, and then throw a tarp on it. So let's take a look in there. You can see all that's dying. You can see some of the stuff that has been tilled in is yellow, which means it's getting ready to die because it hasn't reached sunlight because of this black tarp, and it will die. So here in another month, probably, yeah, I think it'll be the middle of March, we'll start building beds in here. So what we'll do is we'll start coming in here, we'll take these tarps out, we'll go ahead and design and put our beds where we want them to go. And then at that point, we will start building the beds, and then we will start getting tomatoes in here. That's the plan anyway. This is where my water comes in from the outside. And when I put these tunnels up, that's how I designed it, from the water to be in the center, because I knew I was going to rotate high profitable crops in here, like lettuces and carrots and items like that. So I wanted to make sure all my drip irrigation could be in the center of the tunnel, and then literally go out this tunnel into the next tunnel beside it, and so forth all the way down. Like I said, the goal is to have 3 or 4 of these tunnels here in the next couple years. So that's my goal. So you always got to be thinking ahead. But so the water's going to come in here. And so what we are going to do is, I think we're going to put 5 50-foot beds of the BHN 589 tomatoes back here. And then I've got 1 50-foot bed of the new tomatoes. If you guys are followers of Haas Tools or subscribe to their channel or anything, they've got a new big huge tomato out called the Haasinator, and I ordered a couple package of Haasinators and they came in yesterday. So we are going to put 1 50-foot row of Haasinators in here, and they're supposed to be big tomatoes. We're going to try a row that I'm going to sacrifice 1 row of the BHN 589s to put Haasinators in and try those. And then of course we're going to put a row of BHN 589s here, and then we're going to put a row of Salanova in here. And then we're going to do a row of cherry tomatoes, and then a row of, I think another row of Salanova. I think we're doing 2 rows of Salanova in here. It may be head lettuce in here, and then a row of Salanova. Or salad mix, and then Salanova. I can't remember. I've got it written down on the board in there. But, and that plan may change, too. I mean, it's all right if it changes. That's just what, when you have downtime in the garden, and like I said, you don't have to be a market gardener to use any of this advice, but if you have downtime in the garden, it's always a good idea to, let's get out of here. It's always a good idea to write a plan down, just sketch it down somewhere, even if it's on a piece of paper or a napkin or something. I hope that sun's not on you. So you kind of have a plan going, especially on these downtimes like this. When it's snowy outside, And, you know, nobody's going to be doing any gardening right now unless you've got crops, cold weather crops already in the high tunnel that you're still harvesting from, or you're coming through to pull blankets off every day. You're not really doing much outside anymore. This is kind of our downtime. At least here where I'm at in Kansas, this is our downtime. Woo, that was, takes your breath away. But it's going to be short and sweet today, guys. Next week, I think what we're going to do is we're going to start some tomatoes next week. So as always, you guys be safe, be kind to another, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.